Here we are, My Kids Locker COVID-19 podcast, another episode, and this is Victoria Wolders, your host. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today for another story and lesson. And it's a great opportunity for you to be able to learn specifically about a story called The Magic Ball. This story was created right beside my kids late at night when they were just about to go to sleep. I hope that you enjoy this empathy tale. And we are now moving on to listen, an opportunity to take some time to listen to a mindful moment. Enjoy.
To part one. Are you comfy? Are you cozy? Well, get ready to listen.
Well, here we are. This is a great opportunity for us to reflect on something positive. Walt Disney. Walt Disney was an animator. He was an artist, and he was the one who created some amazing artwork. And of course, all we know right now is that he's created artwork and animation and movies and of course Disneyland and Disney World. Well, this is a famous quote from him. If you can dream it, you can do it. Take some time today to think a dream that you have. What do you think that you want to do? Maybe there's something you want to do in the future that you've been meaning to do for a while. Take some time to think about that and try to see if you can create a plan. Walt Disney had many failures, but he kept on pursuing it, and in the end, his dreams came true. Okay, now we're going to move on to our next part, the create part.
Hi everyone, welcome back to part 2 today. We are going to create something amazing, and let's get crafty. Bye.
Welcome to part 2. Here we get an opportunity to think about the story and also do an activity. So today's story is called The Magic Ball. And today you get to create a ball. Yes, a ball. It's kind of cool. So the whole story that I created was all actually based off of a ball that my son had created out of origami. It was pretty cool. So why don't you take some materials? It could be elastic bands, maybe a paper or tissue, or maybe some other things around the house, like maybe you might have some plasticine or clay. And why don't you create a ball? Now, for those that may not have the materials ready, take a piece of paper and design a magical ball. It's a great opportunity for you to be creative. Okay, here we go. I hope you're comfortable. Then I will begin.
Once upon a time, a long time ago, in the land of the Oak and Eagle Kingdom, there lived a magnificent warrior and prince. His name was James, and he had some amazing talents. Not only was he strong and handsome and intelligent, but he had a gift to make magic with his fingers. He could create anything anyone wanted with just beautiful vellum. Vellum was a type of paper that was kind of see-through, and it was given to him when he was born by a wizard. The vellum package of paper was endless. He was given it, and it was given to him in a treasure chest, and he'd have it underneath his bed. And when somebody came to him and said, "Oh, James, I would really like to have a beautiful teddy bear," he would take his vellum out, take a piece, and with his fingers he would create all the different lines and borders, and he'd create a beautiful teddy bear. And the teddy bear would come to life. And the teddy bear would only come to life for one single day, and then it would go back into paper, into vellum. Well, over time, people came to know Prince James with his beautiful talents and the way he folds things. And over time, they realized that not only was he talented, he could also create. On his 18th birthday, he decided he was going to create a magic ball. And so he took his piece of vellum and he created a magic ball. And the magic ball was everything of harmony and empathy and compassion and kindness. And what he did is he took the empathy ball and he put it in the village square. And he said, if any of you ever have conflict, come to this ball, touch it, and it will speak to you and give you wisdom, knowledge, and understanding on how to deal with your problems. Well, within the next couple of days, many people came and touched the ball, and the vellum magic ball all of a sudden turned into a beautiful angel and talked to the people in conflict. Sometimes the ball would turn itself into an old woman and speak wisdom. Sometimes it would turn into a child and laugh and make problems seem simple. Whatever the conflict was, the magic ball would turn into a person that would help and show kindness to the people in conflict. One day, as the prince was walking through the village, he noticed that someone was lurking in the shadows. He didn't know who that person was and never seen that person before, but he was in a cloak. Prince James turned around in the corner and he saw the man in the cloak, and he pulled the cloak over, and he realized it was the wizard who had given him his vellum paper. And the wizard said, Prince James, you have used your talents wisely and greatly. Just be careful that when you give your gifts out, that they do not turn into evil. And at that very moment, the wizard disappeared. And he thought to himself, well, evil? What do you mean evil? What does that mean? As he walked out of the alley, he noticed two people fighting over the ball, back and forth and back and forth. And it slipped out of someone's hand, and all of a sudden it cracked on the ground. As soon as it cracked, the two people began to argue, and they picked it up. They said, you broke it. No, you broke it. You broke it. And then all of a sudden, the magic ball turned into a dragon. Fire-breathing dragon. And it started to breathe all the different fire throughout the village. The people became scared. Even Prince James became scared. And at that very moment, Prince James ran to the dragon, touched the dragon with his hand, and all of a sudden the dragon folded back into a vellum ball, magic ball, and the prince had it in his hands. The two angry people who had broken the ball came to him and said, this is your fault. You've just destroyed the center of our village. He said, no, it's not. The ball must have broken and had caused a glitch, which had happened, and the dragon came out. The two angry people said, we don't need your ball anymore. And at that moment, the prince took the ball and walked away with a sad heart. As he sat up in his castle window, he noticed the people in the village started to get angry and upset. He didn't know what to do. So he began to take his vellum pieces of paper and create more balls, more balls, more magic balls. And before he knew it, he had strung them all. Well, late one night, when the moon was full, he decided to walk into the village square, and he strung all these beautiful lights of these magic balls all throughout. And as people woke up, they looked out and they said, what are all these magical balls? And the Prince James decided to touch every single one of them. And one of them turned into a beautiful robin. Another one turned into a majestic eagle. Another one turned into a cute rabbit. Another one turned into a beautiful peacock. And all of them became very kind and gentle animals of creation. And at that very moment, children from the village started to run out and started to gather the beautiful animals from the magic balls. And as he looked among the villagers began to smile because they saw the beauty of the magic balls that he had created and the happiness that the children had. The two men that were angry came to him and said, "We are sorry. We see so much joy in these magic balls. We need to treasure them and treasure your giftings. We're sorry that we broke one, and we will treasure these for our children." And Prince James said, "These gifts are for your children. Take care of them and use them for what they can, because these gifts will always be treasured as a gift from the wizard and an opportunity for connection." As the men looked at each other and the children and the villagers delighted in these beautiful animals that had just evolved from these magic balls that Prince James made, they realized that connection, love, and care was so important, and they all had hearts of gratitude and joy. The end.
Hi everyone, it's time to innovate, part 3. Woo.
Well, here we are. I hope that you enjoyed today's story called The Magic Ball. Did you know that origami is a type of artwork that is originated from Japan? Well, it is, and most of us know what origami is. But there's some amazing origami out there that is intricate, and because we have the availability of the internet now and YouTube, you can create some amazing things. So the challenge today is to go on the internet and try to create something that is like origami. Now, most of us don't have origami paper around us, but what you can do is you can create a square, a perfect square from a piece of paper that you may have at home. Try, see if you can do it, and see if you can follow along with one of the origami YouTube videos, or perhaps just a website that goes step by step. That is your challenge today. Way to be innovative and way to have an extension that allows you to be challenged in different ways. Well, we're going to wrap up our podcast episode today. Thanks so much for joining us, and I hope that you enjoyed today's lesson and, well, empathy tale as well on the magic ball. I hope that you have a great morning, day, and evening. Take care.